Welcome to the chat where the deals get done. Real estate tips and a whole lot of fun. Think different, achieve your goals. Real estate simplified, that's how we roll.
Hey, good morning. This is Brandon Rizek with Allied Mortgage, along with Mike Cruz, broker owner of Reside Realty here at Real Estate Simplified. Here we are, Mike, mid-October 2025.
Yes.
Welcome back, man. It's nice to see you. And I think we have a show about nothing again. We're going to go with the Seinfeld and free-go it, but we do have some good market updates today. I think some things have changed in the market. So, Mike, what do we got on the real estate side?
So looking at our inventory here in the Las Vegas market, currently sitting at 11,649.
Which hasn't changed
homes.
much.
It's actually up about 3% over about 5 weeks ago when we last really looked at the market. Single family homes is still under 8,000, 7,948. Townhomes sitting at basically flat at 1,219. Condos, a little over 1,500 condos available. And high rises are sitting flat at just over 600. Under contract in the last 7 days is 534 homes.
Which is down.
Which is down a little bit. The last 2 weeks total is right at 1,100. And our total number under contract currently is 2,771.
Okay.
So which is not a bad number. Personally, I'd like to see it closer to 3,000. Total sold over the last 30 days is 2,436 homes. The number that concerns me, though,
That's actually concerning to me, to be honest with you.
it's low, and the real concerning part is only 1,825 of those were single-family homes. So, little soft in the market. And if you are watching, you watch us regularly, watch next week. We are going to talk about is there a crash going on in the market? But we'll discuss that another time. There were 1,922 price decreases on properties here in Las Vegas over the last 7 days. That's 16.4% of all properties on the market saw a price decrease. So that's interesting. Almost 20% of the homes recognizing they do need to take that price change. And then for new listings, it's a similar number, 1,658 new listings on the market in the last 7 days. I don't think all 1,658 are new listings. There's a little trick that a lot of the agents tend to
I bet
try
you
and pull.
600 of those are probably just relistings.
Right.
So.
They were homes that they took off the market. They weren't getting any action. And instead of doing another price drop, they went ahead, totally took them off the market and relisted them, and they show up as a new listing. Yeah, so that true number is probably closer to 1,200 is my best guess.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so...
Well, you know, Mike, with these numbers, with everything from your experience, you know, what do we see? I mean, I know we're going to get into this the next week, but
Right.
What do you see? Let's talk about. Are we seeing the median price go down?
The median price, according to LVR, Las Vegas Realtors, did go down a little bit. You may have seen that in other media as well at $470,000. However,
From where?
we had a peak over, I believe, in June of 485.
Yeah, that's the number that ran in my head from when we did it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that was 5 months ago.
Right.
You know?
However, the average sales price, remember the median means half the homes sold for less than that, half the homes sold for more than that. Versus the average sales price is when you take all the homes and divide it by that number, is actually $617,000. So
Well, that's a pretty big discrepancy.
It is.
So what do you attribute that to? I mean, I have an idea, but I
right.
want to know your professional opinion on that
and
one.
it is just my opinion,
Right.
without really taking a deep dive, full data analysis. But obviously, the higher priced homes are selling. What I'm seeing is that million plus range, those homes are still selling. Those homes people pay cash for most of the time, or at least put a really hefty down payment. And they don't see as much as a volatility with the market as other markets see. Also, and we've discussed this before, Las Vegas is notorious for having that bisecting market. There's that below 550 and the over 550. The over 550.
I'd almost say over $1 million.
Well,
yeah.
Well, I think once we get, it might even be a trisecting market.
Yeah.
Is that over $1 million is a different market than the between 550 and $1 million.
There's a big difference in
Yeah.
that market.
Definitely not seeing a lot of new escrows in that middle range, that 550 to $1 million. So, and then the lower priced homes, they sell, they definitely get the most activity. First time home buyers, and frankly, it's what the job market here in Las Vegas supports.
It's the affordability of Vegas
Absolutely.
at that point. I mean, the Vegas still is a quote unquote blue collar town.
Right.
I don't want to call it a Rust Belt blue collar town because that's
No,
where I
it's
grew up.
a little different.
But it is a blue collar town with
Right.
the hotel and entertainment industry. I mean, that is, you have unions, you have middle class workers.
Right.
In Vegas, and that is exactly why the under 550
Yeah.
is still going. What I've noticed in this market, there's just a lot of unreal expectations
Right.
on both sides. And I think that can contribute to a lot of the price decreases or price holding,
Right.
where
Well-
some of these listings are sitting.
Right. And while inventory is way up, I don't feel that we're in a spot where there's a lot of people that have to sell. They'd like to sell, they want to move, but they still have those great interest rates where how deep is their motivation?
It's a want, not a need for the most part.
Exactly.
Correct.
Exactly. So while, yeah, inventory is higher and there are a lot of homes available, the sellers, they're just not super anxious to, nobody's having a fire sale, let's put it that
Right.
way.
Right. Well, and on the rate side, interest rates, they are very flat.
Yeah.
Overall, the treasuries are down. A lot of that is contributed to the government shutdown that we're currently in. And I don't know that there's an end in sight on that one, but we won't go there. And there's no economic news coming out
Right.
because of the shutdown. So we're not getting reports that
Yeah.
we normally would, some payroll or jobs reports. But we are next Friday, just over a week from now, we are going to get a CPI report. But until then, I expect everything to be very flat unless the government works out their issues and reopens.
Okay.
So rates overall are down, treasuries are down. When I say down, it's minimal.
Right.
They are not up. They're very, very flat. National average on a conventional loan is about 6.25 to 6.375. And on an FHA or VA loan, you can get in the high fives, maybe 5.8. So
Okay.
just like we've been talking, they haven't changed much at all. And I do expect, though, when the government shutdown does end and we reopen, I expect some reports to come out to be very, change rates quite a bit, whether for the better or for the worse.
Okay.
I don't even think this CPI report in a week is going to do much to the rates.
Well,
I think the rates aren't focusing so much on inflation anymore because they
Right.
kind of know it's going to be up.
Yeah.
I think the payrolls and job reports are driving interest rates right now because that's what the Fed is using
right.
for that. So we'll get into what my opinion is next week
Okay.
on where rates are going to go and what needs to happen for rates to go down. It's not just Fed cuts. The Fed needs to stop selling and selling off and tapering their MBS, mortgage-backed securities, and their treasuries. I mean, it's killing interest rates. But at the same time, we are down overall and staying very flat. So it's consistent.
We'll take what we can take.
I'll take consistency in this market.
Right.
That's really what I'd like to see is
Yeah.
just consistency. I just quoted somebody on a VA loan, 5.625, Mike.
Wow.
Well,
So that's mid fives.
I mean, it had a
And
minimal.
it's a
It had a
VA.
minimal buy down on it. It was
Okay.
I think it was about 0.5%,
Okay.
which is
So the rate
it's
would have
very
been just
feasible.
over 6.
it would have been high fives. It would have been 5.8 in her case.
Okay.
Very good credit score, good loan.
Gotcha.
But at the same time, with less than 0.5 point in cost, she's in the mid fives. I mean, this is not unrealistic. This
Yeah.
is not unreasonable either. So,
Right.
guys, interest rates are there, and as we just heard from Mike, with the inventory and what's happening, there's options out there.
There
There's a lot of
definitely are.
options.
Yeah. And buyers as a whole, what we're kind of seeing is buyers, they're taking in everything.
Well, and that's what I want to talk about today.
Yeah.
It's on my mind, and I'm gonna bring it to you because you see it way more than I do. But let's talk about the unrealistic expectations out there between not only buyers,
Right.
but I actually am seeing sellers get a little
Well-
even more unrealistic.
And I touched on that with just the inventory and the motivation. Sellers, yeah, if you do want to sell the home, you have to see what's going on. And you are seeing it because you're seeing a buyer, they'll come take a tour of the home and you don't hear anything back. 3 or 4 days later, the agent calls your selling agent and they're like, can we come take a second look? You're like, oh, you're interested. Nice to hear from you again. Because we went 3 or 4 days non-responsive. It's like, what's going on? And then, so let's say 3 or 4 days, that person does come back to the house. And then it's still another 3 or 4 days before you get an offer.
There's no urgency.
None.
No urgency.
Zero.
And if you're a buyer, I understand that.
Right.
I understand it. I get it. What I'm seeing is I'm seeing buyers go in asking for the world,
Yes.
which you can't get it if you don't ask. I
Right.
get it. You got to be reasonable though. But what I'm seeing more so than anything, because buyers are asking, but even when they're not getting, they're still coming up. Like
Right.
they're coming back around
Right.
because they want the house.
Exactly.
But what I'm seeing are sellers acting like it's 2021 again.
Well, right.
I'm seeing, and this is probably in the 400,000 price range, which is a little below the median. So it's a
Right.
little more competitive, but I'm seeing houses on the market 30 days. The listing agents are countering at full price, no credits, and lowering commissions.
Right.
Why?
Yeah.
What are you doing to your sellers? I don't understand this. Wake up, everybody. This is not 2021.
Right.
Well, I just don't understand the unrealistic expectations on both sides, and I blame the agent.
A lot of times it is the
For the most
agents.
part, I blame the
now,
agents.
what I will say, especially in that lower price range, that 450 and under, it's kind of funny because the property will go on the market and it'll get some activity and then kind of sit there for a little bit. And then all of a sudden, about 3 weeks later, showings left and right. And in a couple cases, I have seen where it's multiple offers all of a sudden
All of a sudden.
after it being on the market for 3.5 weeks.
Right.
Kind of weird.
Well,
It's so especially in those cases, the seller, they get a little high and mighty, which I don't blame them to a certain extent. Yeah, you want to get the most for the house, absolutely.
remind yourself about 3 weeks ago when you couldn't get a showing, and remember
Well, and
what
here,
that is.
when it comes to getting your buyer, and this once again comes down to having a good agent. If you have that if you're lucky enough to be in that situation in this current market where you have multiple offers, you need to go with the best buyer.
Doesn't always have to be the
one that
highest
can
offer.
close, because in this softer market, the ability and what we're seeing is the actuality of cancellations during the transaction.
Okay,
way
so,
up.
so let me do this from the lending side, because this is usually the approvals.
Right.
Or they don't get approved or whatever it is. And
Yeah.
what I'm seeing, and this is for anybody who's out there not in our industry, I call this garbage in and garbage out. Okay, and what I'm seeing is desperate agents
Right.
or desperate loan officers doing desperate things. And what it is there's just not enough business out there.
Right.
The holidays are coming. People need money right
Yeah.
now. So they're throwing things at lenders, and lenders are throwing, saying, hey, yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. No, you won't figure it out.
Right.
That's the
it
problem.
hits the underwriter and there's a problem.
There's a problem. So what's happening is, with offers that are going out, with irrelevance is the best offer is not always the highest offer, because there could be a pre-approval out there that was shoved in that might not actually close.
Right.
And more so now than we've seen in years.
Right. So here, definitely, if it's a cash offer, make sure the agent is verifying the cash. A true verification. so many scam deals out there, and what I've seen a lot of, especially, I'm going to call them hidden investors, but it's actually where these people, they claim they're buying the house, but they're wholesaling it. They have no intention of ever taking possession of that house. They want to assign that offer to another person.
What do they call that?
Novation.
Novation. Thank you.
Yes. Actually dealt with it with one of my agents day before yesterday. And there are a lot of ethical concerns. A lot of escrow companies won't touch them. Mm-hmm. So getting that transaction closed, if you're on a seller side, buyer side, stay away from it. It's actually written into our local contracts here in the Las Vegas market, in the purchase agreement, that you cannot assign it. And I see it happen all the time where it does happen.
I know a lot of flippers that get assignments and stuff like that.
Well, exactly. The flippers are notorious for doing it. But we're seeing it in a lot of cases now in situations where maybe a seller does have to sell and they're kind of getting desperate to get a deal.
They'll take an assignment. They don't care.
Right. And the bottom line is it's not the best deal. You're going to lose out on the deal. You lost those days on the market in finding a legitimate buyer. Mm-hmm. So just a word of caution.
Well,
that's all as far as that goes. Now, on the other side, we talk about sellers and buyers maybe not negotiating real good.
No, I have a story.
Is when it comes to repairs.
Oh.
If you're a home buyer and you're buying a home built in 1990, even 2000, do you realize that that was 25 years ago?
Right.
It is not a brand new house. The codes were different then. You cannot expect to buy a home built to the codes of today and have it brought up to the codes of today and basically act like you're buying a brand new house.
It's not perfect. There's no such thing as a used perfect. There's no such thing as a brand new perfect home, let alone a used perfect home.
Right.
You're going to have minor issues, and you have to know that as a homeowner, this is your job to maintain it and do it.
Right. Now, you absolutely do want to have that home inspection.
Of course.
However, listen to your inspector and see what they're truly telling you. Yeah, this isn't to code, but is it a problem? Probably not. You can't expect a seller to fix something
that's not broken. Like the hot water heaters.
Yes.
There was a different code 10 years ago than there is today. That's a big thing. And I noticed this when I had to replace mine. Mm-hmm. Now, my hot water heater worked just fine.
Right.
In fact, it was perfectly safe. Right. Everything was okay. But the code changed because I got the bill about replacing this, and I go, what the hell is all this stuff? They go, to make it to code. I said, okay. But there's no way in hell as a seller, my hot water heater's working just fine, but the one little hose is not this way or whatever it is. Right. It's not up to 2025's code. There's no way I'm going to go fix that when it's already working.
Right.
So be realistic, absolutely. I agree with that.
If you're a buyer, if you really want the house, be realistic with your repairs. And cosmetic issues that you saw when you first looked at the house, unless it is a functional issue, like a broken window, something like that's different. But if it's a scratch on a baseboard, don't expect that to be fixed.
Let's go back, if you don't mind, because I need to understand this. I have a story to tell, and I'm still bothered by this guy. It's a listing agent here in town, and I'm not mentioning any names. He basically bullied this buyer for no reason.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was the seller or not, but I'm going to go with the agent just by the correspondence that I got and saw. So the buyer went in. The list price was, I believe, $380,000. Mm-hmm. The buyer went in at $380,000 with $10,000 back.
Okay.
Pretty reasonable offer.
$10,000 in seller concessions.
Yes.
Okay.
To
you
buy.
Can't get money back when you buy a house.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Money, I meant concessions, Mike. Thank you for correcting me. I'm sorry. We're talking just like we're in the office here, but. And so basically he got his closing costs paid for by the seller. So the listing agent counters up and says no to the $10,000 and counters for full price. The buyer said no. So the buyer goes up $5,000.
Okay.
So now we're basically $5,000 under list price.
Right.
The listing agent goes, I have another offer. You better bring me a better offer. The buyer walked.
Right.
And then they came back and they said, well, wait a minute, what if we counter here?
Yeah.
I told the buyer's agent, I says, don't you dare do anything. I says, they're just playing a game to see what they can get
Right.
out of you. Sure enough, 5 or 6 days later, they came back and signed the buyer's counteroffer
Right. Yeah, it's
and tried to
ridiculous.
open escrow.
I actually was checking for
Why?
comps yesterday on a property and realized I had a similar issue. This was just yesterday. So about a month ago, I showed a home. My client was a little bit interested in it, talked to the agent. And the agent calls me the next day. He goes, if your client's interested, you better get your offer in because we have multiple offers.
Always have multiple. I don't understand. This is the dumbest game in the world.
Beautiful home. Oh, okay, they could. They were doing an open house when we went and saw it, and there were people walking through, and I could see the feedback was positive, and yeah, maybe they do have multiple offers. Well, I was actually running comps for another property yesterday, and I'm thinking to myself, this home was located over on the east side, just off of Sandhill and Patrick.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, why isn't this house coming up in the comps? Because it should have closed by now and should be a viable comp. I go over, I check out the house. The house has recently been relisted. It never went under contract, and
This is
they pulled it off the market and relisted it at a little bit
This
lower
is what
price.
I don't understand. You know, and any agents out there, I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. Stop bullying. Stop acting. This is what gives you a bad name.
Right.
This is what gives real estate agents a bad name. These dumb games. We have multiple offers. You know what? Shut up.
Right.
And just do your job.
Right.
Stop trying to be this rock star realtor to do all that. No. Be appreciative you got a buyer. Work with the buyer. Work with your seller and close the deal. Do your job. Stop trying to bully people. Anyway, I'm getting angry now because it's unnecessary. It is just a bad practice, and I'm seeing it all over. So the bottom line is, a
Right.
consumer, in my humble opinion, don't let anybody bully you. When you have a good agent will teach you.
Right.
Somebody like Mike, or there are many good agents out there, they will teach you to walk away from certain situation.
Right.
And if you do walk away, don't be surprised if 5 days later they come back and sign your offer.
Well, right.
Don't be surprised. So anyway, I'm going to stop there and cool my jets. Mike, I know you have a listing that you want
We
to
have
show.
a couple great
listings.
properties. If we could pull up this home here is located, beautiful neighborhood. It's a gated neighborhood in Henderson, West Henderson, just off of Bermuda and St. Rose Parkway. And let me
Nice
get the
up-and-coming area.
details here.
That's just east of Inspirada, right?
It's actually north of Inspirada. It's literally right next to the new West Henderson Hospital. So
okay, yeah.
anybody in the medical field works over in that area, definitely a great
Very up and coming area.
There's a community pool in this gated neighborhood. The address is 1267 Dorado C Court. It's listed at $565, which is totally priced right. 2,203 square feet on a 3,500 square foot lot.
got pretty
not a
frontage.
huge lot. Yeah.
Pretty home.
It is. Full driveway you see there. And if we could go to the next slide, it does have 4 bedrooms. You could see nice modern finishes, stainless steel appliances,
What year is
the
this
white
built, Mike?
cabinets.
Do you know?
Yes, it is. It's actually pretty new. It's built in 2021.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks pretty new.
So 4 bedrooms, 3 full baths, just a beautifully well-maintained home. It actually shows like a model. So huge primary bedroom, 18 by 11 primary bedroom. Very, very well cared for. This is the original owner. It does have solar. So you do have to take over the solar payment as well, but it's very affordable. It is money saving as far as the monthly payment goes. And a little bird put it in my ear that if you offer the right price, the buyer or the seller might be willing to pay the solar off.
Which is another option that,
Yeah.
that you're a good agent will tell you.
Right.
Right. And that's a nice benefit to have paid off solar. in a
Yeah.
home.
So excuse me,
bathroom.
huge primary bath. I love the separate tub and shower there. But it is a gated community with a community pool, and the HOA is only $82 a month.
To have a gate and a community pool for $80 a month, that is very reasonable.
Absolutely.
Usually
So-
that's double or more.
Right. And you see the
Finished
garage here. I
garage,
don't show a lot of garage pictures usually, but very clean garage. Has the cabinets, workbench there.
Epoxy flooring, it
It's
looks like.
ready to go, guys. I mean, TV on the wall. I don't know if the TV's included, but can't say you can't ask for it.
I mean, if you're the seller, you get the right price,
yeah.
you leave the TV, right?
Backyard
So-
there, artificial turf. The spa, I believe, does not stay. Covered patio, though, with the pavers back there. Just a great low maintenance yard that's ready to go.
If you're looking for a
So, and
turnkey
then-
house, guys, that's a nice turnkey
Yeah,
house. for
and
the
that
price,
just came on the
absolutely.
market 2 days ago. So at $565, it's a great deal. Put a message, and we'll contact you. I'll get you in contact with the listing agent to take a look at it. And I think we have one more here. This property is
that's
located at 1321 West Tropical Parkway in the far northwest. This is a huge house.
Look at that
and
lot, man. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's wide. It's got frontage. It's beautiful.
It's
Three-car garage.
It is a little over almost half acre, I believe. Actually, it's just over a half acre. So great lot. This property is also 4 bedrooms, 3,042 square feet.
Nice size for a one-story.
Yes, huge 3-car garage. What's really neat about this, if we could go to the next slide, you walk in that front door that you saw in the last photo. This is what you walk into,
so you
this
walk into a
gorgeous
courtyard.
courtyard.
That's beautiful.
And this courtyard, it actually does wrap around to the backyard on the side of the home. So the actual front door of the home is just straight ahead. You see the fire pit up ahead there, and then to the right is the front door of the
I
property.
love that courtyard feature. That's nice. I sit outside a lot, have a glass
Yeah.
of wine, or I'll have a cigar or something. and
Yeah.
That courtyard's just really
I mean,
nice to
our
have.
weather for this time of the year with that fire pit there, just
wonderful.
absolutely gorgeous. And
Wow, look at that.
this here is basically a great room. You see the kitchen off on the right, dining area on the left, and then straight ahead there is the huge living room or family room. Absolutely gorgeous.
This house as well looks fairly new.
Yes, it is. Give me just a second here. I'll pull up.
Oh, that's pretty.
Lost it there. It was built in 2018, so not too old.
It's fairly new, absolutely.
Yeah, huge island there and breakfast bar. Just an amazing, immaculate, clean home. This home is ready to go. It's actually vacant now.
What's it listed at, Mike?
It's on the higher side as far as price range goes. It's just under 1.6 million, but a beautiful home, and it comps out, so it's priced right, ready to go. It's been getting a little action. We've had some showings on it.
A nice big bedroom
And,
there. Yeah.
Yeah, huge primary bedroom. And if we go to the next slide, I think we have the primary bath here. Oh, the closet. Yeah,
Nice built-ins
custom
in the
closet.
That's nice.
Just absolutely gorgeous and a great use of the space. So once again, this home is just over 3,000 square
Oh,
feet.
yeah, there it is, man. That's nice.
Yeah, great pool. I think I have one more photo of the pool if we go to the next slide, if there is one. Maybe not. Oh, okay. You can see, yeah, so you have a separate RV garage, and then you see the pool just beyond that. Huge covered patio on the left side there. This home,
Oh, that's great. Look
yeah,
at
so
that.
here, this photo,
is a
you can
nice
see
photo.
the courtyard there right in the center, and off on the left side, it does wrap around, actually both sides, it wraps around to the backyard. You have that RV
That
garage on the
is
back
wonderful
left.
in the back. I mean, you could do a lot with that. You can make it
Yeah.
a workman's garage. You can make it an RV garage. You can do so much with
Right.
that. You can make it a pool house if you really wanted to.
Just-
I mean, there's so many things.
Great use of the indoor and outdoor space.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are looking for a home in the Northwest, single story, this is an amazing property. And once again, put your comments, and Tiffany Neary is the listing agent on this property, and I will have her reach out to you. So,
Awesome. Awesome homes, Mike. Nice thing
yes,
for sharing.
yes.
You know, next week, we're really looking forward to this one. I really think that it will attract some viewers. If you are wondering about a real estate crash or market crash or anything, and a lot of people are talking about it, we're going to address it. We're going to address it with our opinions.
Yeah.
Of course, nobody has a crystal ball, but we are going to spend some time and go
We're
through
going
that.
to try and make
So
that crystal ball work.
we're going to try and make it. We're going to use logic and our experience to
Yeah.
answer some of these questions. So please tune in. Please remember, guys, like, share, subscribe to us. Please ask questions. We'll be happy to address them. And we look forward to seeing you next week.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Mike.
Welcome to the chat where the deals get done. Real estate tips and a whole lot of fun. Think different, achieve your goals. Real estate simplified, that's how we roll.